What's up? A lot of trades took place last episode. Massive reshuffle of the team. We shipped out Bell. We shipped out Soto, Yarbrough, Mize. A ton of guys that were not performing. So we're moving forward with a lot of new players. It's going to be weird, but I think the team has massively improved. Just a lot of those guys that we sent off, or that I sent off, were cold as ice, and you could just see their attributes just plummeting. So we got a little younger in a few spots. We got guys who were hot around the league, and we shipped off some big contracts for players that were just underperforming. So luckily, our record was in okay shape prior to those trades, but I think this is going to be a good jumping off point for us to separate from the rest of the league. So let's see how it goes. First, let's just quickly look at some of these changes. You can see Yarbrough is now in a Kansas City hat. This was the last game he pitched for me, and that was sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back, because he lost his fourth game, and this is a guy that won over 20 games and he dominated the league last year, and he's just terrible. So that set me off. Anyway, the new pitching rotation. We've got this guy that I picked up from the Nationals, I believe, who was torching the league. I had to give up a lot of prospects to pick up some of these players. It's okay, though. That's what I use the prospects for primarily. Rosenberg is still around. He's doing pretty well. Brady Singer is a new addition. Look at that whip. Ernest Franco is a rookie pitcher that I brought up through my farm system. I'm a little concerned about the whip. The ERA starting to climb. A lot of strikeouts for the innings pitched, and he's 2-0. So I'm not giving up on the guy or anything. Those are perfectly okay pitching numbers. Just he's probably the weakest link here. And then I've got Mike Soroka, who is obviously, you can tell, doing awesome here. So bullpen is sick. I even had to send one dominant reliever down to AAA, and I'll bring him back up later in the season when we expand the roster. But I through trades, I ended up having a glut of relief pitchers. But these guys are killing it. You can quickly see the stats here. Don't be alarmed by that ERA. It's the whip that matters most here. Your ERA can get blown up, with the swing of a bat. And when you talk about whip, your walks and hits and your innings pitched, that really tells you more about a pitcher than an ERA does. ERA just simply tells you that the guy gave up some earned runs in the spot, maybe. Especially with relievers, they don't pitch that much. So when they get lit up a little bit, they can carry that around for a little while. You know what I mean? Given the work that they do. So a 1.13 whip is super respectable, really good. I'm not concerned with that ERA. That ERA should continue to go down. Schultz doing great. Again, another case of a high ERA, but the whip's great, so nothing to be alarmed by there. That's good too. That's fantastic. And this guy's just on another planet. Only 11 2/3 pitch. But that's just silly. So hopefully these guys do well. If one of these relievers ends up not performing for me, I can always deal him away and bring that guy that I sent down to AAA who was doing fine too. I don't have room for him. You're limited on 12 pitchers? Something like that. 13 pitchers, I think. So until you expand the roster in September. The lineup. So he's obviously not going anywhere. He's doing just fine. I don't think he's going to have the year he had last year, but he's doing fine. Franco, batting average is a little down. Power numbers are good. Plenty of RBIs and all that. Chapman's doing great. Olsen, brought him back. Pretty excited about that. I think I got him in the Soto deal. Soto was doing terribly, and Olsen is destroying pitching this year. He's super hot, so it's great to have him back in the uniform he belongs in. Alvarez sticking around. Power numbers are good. Framill, not hitting the homers, but plenty of RBIs, and the batting average is good. I'm not real sure about why the power statistics aren't there. I mean, he's clearly got the attributes. I mean, there's 98 power versus righties there, so I'll have patience. Lee Yang. This is a young first baseman, 25 years old, South Korean first baseman. I think that from the Orioles. Not a ton of pop, but he can hit. Good contact, amazing vision, pretty good discipline, clutch is high. Not much of a fielder, so I moved him over to DH after I got Olsen. Not much on the base paths either. I don't really care about that. This guy can hit, so he's batting 347, 394 on base. Slugging's high by virtue of the fact that he's got 8 doubles with his 4 homers, so got triple in there too. But, kind of a fun player to have. Yang gang. And of course he makes peanuts. 3.5 million for that kind of performance is awesome. So Navarez sticks around. The attributes continue to shade down, but again, even with the attributes going down, he's still like quite possibly the best hitting catcher in the league right now. Just goes to show that you have a catcher that hits, you're pretty lucky. So on base percentage is good. Average is fine. Slugging is okay. I mean, I don't need him to do a lot. Just do your job behind the plate, even though you're not very good defensively, at least according to the attributes here. But just keep hitting for me, you know. Yeah, it's fielding for 46. Blocking's down, all that's down. So not a very strong arm, all things considered. It's whatever. I don't really care. I like hitters, man. That's what I'm here for. Isan Diaz. This is an interesting pickup. I got him from the Mariners, mostly because Simeon is just not getting the job done. He's aging. His on-base percentage is really high. You'll see that in a second. But he's just not hitting the ball for any kind of power. His batting average is way down in the low 200s, kicking at 230s or something. So Diaz is younger, slightly better fielder. And he's hitting the ball really well, as you can tell. So, but Simeon is still on the team. I feel good about that. I could have very well traded him off, but you know he's a Berkeley guy, green and gold. I made a big mistake a few years ago trading him away, but I got him right back. But he'll probably stick around as long as I can keep him, as long as I can justify it. And I can always justify it when your discipline is a 96. So even if the rest of the stuff falls off, if the guy can get in there and draw walks for you, you know, that's pretty important.
Wendy here from Science Versus. Our show takes on the messy world.
This will be a short episode. I have things I have to do. I gotta
find out what's real, what's not, and what's somewhere in between.
Class.
And this season, our show is all about the coronavirus.
My bench is probably a little weaker than it was before. I mean, Simeon is a decent bench player now, obviously. But Drew Waters is still there, and of course, he should probably be starting somewhere. But
listen for free on Spotify.
I'm a jerk like that. He might be
Just
trade
search
bait in the
for
future. I don't know. I just feel like he's great. But probably not good enough to crack my lineup on a daily basis.
More important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows.
Elmer
Time to call 833
Cervantes.
some extra money.
This was kind of an interesting pickup. I have
financial boost you're looking for.
gained the intuition over these last few seasons that as I watch these playoff games, there are spots where a
Times
pinch runner
change.
or a
What
defensive
doesn't
substitute
change is
would
our love for
probably
good
be
food.
really
There
good
are still birthdays and Sunday
late in the game
services,
in a
even
big
if they
spot.
happen online. And we still get our groceries from Publix.
And
The
when I
same
saw
quality,
this guy
the
on the
same
free
brands we
agent
trust,
market,
the same
and I
great
saw
service.
his
Just
fielding
order
and
online
his
at Publix.com
base running attributes,
/shop
90
or through
speed,
the Publix
88
delivery app.
stealing,
Life's
and
different,
87
but with
base running
Publix, we
aggression.
can still enjoy each other just the
Thought,
same.
hey,
Order
that's
Publix
a really
groceries
good
with
guy to
curbside
stick on
pickup
first
or
base
delivery
late in the
powered
game
by
when
Instacart.
you're
Publix
tied or
supermarkets,
down
where
by one or
shopping
something
is
like
a
that.
pleasure. Prices vary from store. Fees, tips, and taxes may apply, subject to terms and availability.
That guy can score on a single. So it'll be interesting to see as I watch playoff games if he gets put in spots like that. I think he will. I've seen enough substitutions in this game. You know, smart ones, right? Like when you've got a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher late in the game, you'll see the manager go to a righty instead, especially if that left-handed hitter is rated low against lefties. I've seen substitute runners, pinch runners in other words. I mean, I've seen these things happen, so I like the fact that I have a guy who's specifically made for that role. He can go in and play the outfield late in the game. He can be, put in as a pinch runner, and those speed attributes can make all the difference in a situation. So it's pretty exciting to have him on the bench. Hopefully the AI doesn't put him in for much of anything else because those hitting statistics are terrible, but that's not what he's here to do. So, but it's a pretty cool pickup, I think. I'll be looking for players like this in the future, I think, off the free agent market. All right, let's get into some simming here. Again, we got a really high payroll. We're still seeing positive cash flow and a bank balance that is growing slowly, though. These deals have done one positive thing for me, however, that I noticed as I was going through last night, and that is a huge portion of my team is signed through next season. It's pretty great. I already see that it's hitting my payroll for 2028 for the most part. I got a couple of guys here that will be going through arbitration next year, but that should still result in them being, kind of close to what they're making now. Lee Yang will be a renewal contract, so I know what to expect there. Who I don't bring back, I think I can easily replace. So I've got a lot of options. Wander Franco is probably going to get a pretty large arbitration figure. He's not going to continue to make 95,000, more should he? But anyway, I think I'm pretty well set up for next year based on what I'm seeing here. All right, so let's get into some simming before we end this episode. Like I said, I have some other things I have to do, but we're going to get a little bit farther ahead in the season at least. Check the time. I got about 15-20 minutes to work with here, so sim away. Make sure my lineups are the way they should be. Stopped for important messages. What is this? Probably some my phone waiver wire. Yeah. What is this? Closing picture. Huh. Waiver wire. No, I already sent to the minors 3 times. That's why he's there. Not gonna mess with it. All right, my pitcher that I just brought in is lost the game. It's not good. Okay. Danny Rosenberg, what do you say? Alright, huge win, 16 runs, 19 hits. Olsen, big game. Really quick. Not sure why my AAA roster has a 48 overall guy playing left field. I don't know if mine. If this messes up, my assistant GM can fix it. But I carry a lot of pitchers. I think that's my problem. Too many. Yeah, the AI is probably going to correct all that. I probably screwed that up. It's not a big deal. I don't really care about that. Right, here we go. He is. Nice game. Yeah. Okay, fix it. Oh, here I am, amateur hour again, where this entire broadcast has been on my face. Good job, buddy. Yeah, so when you're the producer, director, and star of the broadcast, you tend to make mistakes. All right, so let me show the pitching staff one more time for those people who are occasionally popping in to watch these videos. These are the guys. I think I'm just going to not ever go to that main camera view again, because I make that mistake far too often. It'll just be this view from now on, I think. Alright, so back to the simming. Snell is one of my former pitchers. But he got too expensive for me. I Actually, this guy pitching right now is probably too expensive for me too. I'll probably have to deal him next year maybe for somebody it's less expensive. Sirocco's making over 20 million a year, so got the win though. Sweet. Tony Jr. seems to be finding his form. Hopefully I can get this guy back on track. Awesome. So after this Yankee series, I'm going to take a look at the lineup, see how it's performing. We're starting to get hot. Okay. Yeah, he's doing amazing. Franco, batting average is down. It's whatever. Not worried yet. I think his on-base percentage is still pretty high, 368. It's all right. I may have to move him in the lineup a little bit. I don't know. Just fine, Chapman, Olsen, just fine. Gordon, awesome. Granville, where's the power, dude? Why only 4 bombs? Simeon is starting to shade up on the batting average a little bit. That's good. Maybe this is a better role for him right now. Not happy about it though. Is Bento going to come in the game at all? Don't know why they're giving him a bunch of at-bats. Bad management, Alright. Let's keep it moving. My bullpen is incredible. I always try to make sure that I've got a super strong bullpen. Helps a lot. Okay. Cool. If you're ever watching and you notice me making a mistake like the one I made a little earlier by not switching my camera view, just if you're watching later, of course, just fast forward through that. I'll eventually figure it out. I always do.
Stressed out? Try Stress Balls De-Stressing Gummies. Eat a couple, and you'll feel like... That's because Stress Balls Gummies contain a clinically proven herb called ashwagandha that becomes more effective over time at relieving stress. So later, your whole body feels like... until eventually your whole world feels like. So turn your stressed life into your best life and become a stress baller with Stress Balls Gummy Supplements.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions.
Oh, why it's just now coming
License
up.
in all 50 states.
Okay.
MLS number 3030.
With thousands of locally owned Napa stores across the nation, chances are that wherever you call home, we do too. So as America starts opening back up for business, and as more of us start getting back out there again, we'll be in big cities, small towns, and everywhere in between, doing what we've always done to help keep our local communities moving forward. So whether you stop by a Napa Auto Parts store, Auto Care Center, or visit us at Napa Online, you can count on Napa know-how.
Okay. So Ernest Franco's ERA is really climbing. Let's see. Not comfortable with that whip. 64 hits and 26 walks and 62 in the 2/3. He's only won 3 of his 10 starts, probably because he's seldom leaving games with the lead. He's not lost any games, but Let's look at the National League. Strikeouts. Okay. Who's this guy? Jojo Romero. Interesting. Reds have this guy, and the Mets have this guy. It's good too. One more pitcher. Nationals. Several years under contract. Arbitration. Free agent. All right, I've taken it in. I think I know what I'm going to do. Can't afford him, I already know. Let's look at the Reds situation. Let's look at the Nationals. This guy. And the Marlins. This guy. This guy's the one that makes the most financial sense. And he's young. Jeez, that guy's good. Case on his way up, facing balls behind his way down.
Times like these are here to show. You can do things for me alone. I got your back, just take things slow. I'll bring everyone to show that I want your heart and more in my own life. I'll tell everyone there's no stopping us. Can I have you for the rest of my life? From the time I see you would know that times like these are here to show. You can do things for me alone. I got your back, just take things slow. Wanna take my hand and get close. Understand I know how things fall. Please just take my word and think I know. We stay up all night, writing notes.
Okay. I'm not gonna get off that easy. Gotta deal somebody.
Do you wanna wait more time? I wish you could be all mine.
Oh no, they're super interested already. What else can I get? Get some. Prospects. Why is he gotta be 30? Why is he gotta be 30? Fielder 27.
Hey, Wendy here from Science Versus. Our show takes on the messy world of news and internet fights to find out what's real, what's not, and what's somewhere in between. This season, we're diving deep into the coronavirus to find out what this virus does once it's inside us.
So kind of taking advantage of a self-defense mechanism that cell has.
That's very rude.
Yeah, very rude.
We are all about science and the facts, but we bet we could still make you crack a smile. Who can we blame? Listen for free on Spotify or wherever you get your pods. Just search for Science VS.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Napa know-how.
Get all the quality parts you need at your locally owned Napa. Because right now, when you order from Napa online, you can pick up curbside at your local store in just 30 minutes. Or get your order delivered direct to your door with free one-day shipping on over 160,000 quality parts when you spend $50 or more. Quality parts delivered quickly and safely. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating stores, standard ground shipping and exclusions apply.
As you try to escape out the door, doing 100 on the highway. You're like an animal, don't know your consequences. Never let it get old. I keep it original. Bend over backwards. Why don't you see I'm a novelty? I'm a novelty. One of a kind, you let me get away. Slip through the cracks 'cause you took me for granted. Curiosity, how could you not see I'm a novelty who just wants to get chosen? I saw us laying in clothes, yeah, it was heaven. But my fantasies tend to get a little wild for real deal. They keep saying hurt people, hurt people. I'm just trying to bring you serenity. Never let it get old. I keep it original. Bend over backwards. Why don't you see I'm a novelty? I'm a novelty. One of a kind, you let me get away. Slip through the cracks 'cause you took me for granted. Took me. Curiosity, how could you not see I'm a novelty who just wants to get chosen? Didn't put all this work in you just to walk away. My time and my love should be treated as a novelty. A novelty.
There are stars which we cannot see. They still shine if we disbelieve. Lonely gems in the canopy, burning bright, just like you and me.
much. The room surrounds me, I cannot stay in touch. And I know my mind from my body don't tell me it's not so. Oh, say it's so easy, say I'm not worth it. Oh, take me for granted, I'm not perfect. Show me the better side of the world, yeah. Play me, I tell you, I won't be pushed. Don't say I've had too much. The rooms around me, I do not give a fuck, yeah. I'm on the edge, and I dare you to push me. And I dare you to push me. Watch me dance in the rain. I may be crazy, but this feeling's insane. And I know I'm tripping. I only see black and blue. Oh, taking the next step, stronger than ever. Oh, you broke me up now, but I'm still better. Show me the better side of the world, yeah. Play me, I tell you, I won't be pushed. Don't say I've had too much. The rooms around me, I do not give a fuck, yeah. I'm on the edge, and I dare you to push me. And I dare you to push me. Don't say I've had too much. The rooms around me, I do not give a fuck, yeah. I'm on the edge, and I dare you to push me.
Whether you're jump-starting the morning, searching for that midday pick-me-up, or trying to finish the evening off strong, Daily Quote offers some of history's most inspirational quotes whenever you need them, 365 days a year. In this 2 to 3 minute daily podcast, you'll be given a quote that will motivate, uplift, and renew your outlook on life. You'll also dive deeper into the context surrounding the quote. From podcasts, check out the original podcast Daily Quote. Follow and listen now on Spotify.
Doyle, great prospect, but whatever. Cash flow is going to be in pretty bad shape, too. I got to do something about that.
soul of the waves, they keep chasing after me. Even though we are out of reach, I can feel the water on my feet. The things that you said to me, they will grow inside, they make believe. I am still dancing on the feelings that you gave me. I am still dancing on the feelings that you give me.
Trying to find the podcasts that everyone's talking about? Whether you're looking for the hottest takes or coldest cases, we're making it easier than ever to hear the best of the best. Introducing Podcast Playlists. They're handpicked, updated regularly, and filled with must-hear moments. The Best Podcasts of the Week playlist is where you'll find unmissable episodes from buzzworthy shows. It's essential listening, all in one playlist. Tap the button to start listening now.
Reckless, more than I've been free. Defenseless, with your eyes on me. It's like I'm caught inside your endless sea, falling fast into the deep. Surrender, won't be sound asleep. I've never known a life like this, a stranger's kiss, the sweet attraction. I've never known a love like this, forbidden bliss, consumed in action. I've never known a life like this, a stranger's kiss, the sweet attraction. I've never known a love like this, forbidden bliss. I'm yours. Take me home.
We do a lot of weird stuff there, but I'm in better financial shape. Next time I broadcast, we're gonna get some simming done, more than we did today. More than we did this episode, rather.
Breathless, rising to the beat. Infectious, hum so naturally. It's like I'm lost inside your ecstasy. Wondering
out of here.